Hey, welcome back everybody. It's Shino. We are back in Modded to the Magical Max. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Episode 4 of the series. We are here in our permanent little area and we have a few items done. Put that over there. I'll take that out. We'll take that out. Take that out. This stuff's going to come in handy as we progress. Do the rest of this. I'm gonna put these here for now. We're not really, I mean, we're gonna be, by the end of this episode, we're gonna be cooking food. I have a good feeling about that one. Let's see what's sunlight look like. It is calm. We have nothing going on yet. No worries. We're gonna be heading out of here in just a little bit. Let's take a look at the map. See where we are. Just as a recap, we did start way up yonder when we started into this world, and that's fine. You know, we started up like in this little area up here. So we have traveled way down south because I wanted to be around 26 degrees latitude, and we did that. We are in a pretty good spot here. I like this, and I've been doing some exploring, and I have also just been kind of, you know, looking at stuff on the map. And this is a good thing to do if you're looking for things like, you know, fire clay, because you see the color change. Now, it is in the game. There is a way that you can set the map, or, you know, if you get the brown map or if you want to get this true color map. I use the true color map, and that's for this exact reason. I want to be able to pop on here and look and see things like that. There's blue clay. You can see how it stands out in different colors and the size of it. So that's what I've done. I've been sitting here kind of looking at the map and looking for stuff. Now, some stuff I did find while I'm out like running around, like high fertility soil. I went out and did some exploring. I found some high fertility soil. Same thing with bees. I haven't located these bees nests yet, but you go running by and then, you know, you can hear them if you got your volume turned up. Close by here, there is a cave right there, and you can see the ruin down inside there. So that's definitely something I want to explore when we get a chance. So I've been doing this at night, you know, sitting here looking around, trying to find things that I want to go out and explore during the daylight hours, which is something we're about to do right about now. Let's go. So we're going to be looking at some of these ruins today, a little closer. Oh, there's that chicken again. I got to get some chicken scouted up. We're going to be looking at these ruins a little closer today, digging around them and seeing what we can find. And we're going to make sure that we can use these blocks for future building. Check this one. And I'm really surprised not seeing any like vessels. Okay, so this one's looking a little interesting, but maybe not. Yeah, no, this one doesn't look like it's got anything on it either. Okay, all right, there was a grave right over there. I want to go, we're going to go get that grave. Definitely want to go explore it. Oh yeah, so we did add a couple mods here. So when this video goes out, you're going to have a new mod pack that you can go download from the Shino Gaming Discord community. Look at this thing. Right? Look at that. Kind of formed a little weird, but look at this. That is so cool. So we're going to dig down right here. We're going to disturb this consecrated grave and hopefully, oh yeah. Okay. I'll take the armor and I'll take a copper spear, and I'll definitely take those torches and the sticks. That's cool. Yeah. So as I mentioned, we did change a few mods in here. Found a couple of conflicts that needed to be resolved, but I have also added primitive skills in here. So you're going to see now like the crabs. I don't know if you saw that, but it's going to give us an opportunity to do a little more fishing than what we were able to do before. But one of the other things you got to watch for now is going to be with the snakes. So in these wooded areas, you have a chance to run across a snake. So you want to be careful as you're traversing this area now. So not only do you have threats from bears, wolves, dangerous rabbits, but now you got to watch out for snakes as well. There is some flax. And I'm going to go ahead, even if it's not ready yet, I'm going to go ahead and harvest this stuff just because we want the seeds right now is mainly what we want. More than anything else, we want the seeds. All right, primarily, we are going to dig around a little bit. Looking at our inventory, you see we're running out of space here, so we're going to be eating our food whenever we get a chance. Store our food in our belly as much as we can. There we go. I would like some of this bony soil, so we're going to take that with us. I want to make a spot for bony soil. There, that looks a little promising. Maybe not. Aha! There we go. Broke a vessel. I didn't see what kind of vessel it was, so I may not. I see another one there. Some coal and a tool. Oh yeah. All right, so I see some really good stuff here. So we're definitely going to want to clear out our inventory. So I'm going to eat that. That's going to get us brown coal. That's nice. Gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of the flint knife for a second. All right, so we've got a book. These books are nice because you can just right click them and almost like eating them, and they'll go into your inventory, but it increases your X skills rating. There's another one over there, so we definitely want to get that one too. What's this one for? Combat. There we go, like that. All right, that's what I'm looking for. 10 bronze. Let's get rid of that. And another axe there. Cool. I was kind of hoping to maybe have another spear, but doesn't look like it. Yes. It's all right. I'm happy with that. We're going to take, we're going to hang on to that 10 bronze, and we're going to use up these other stone ones as much as we can. Let's go ahead and dig around this just a little bit more, see if there's anything else. Seed. Okay. That is what we're after. Pumpkins. I am okay with pumpkins. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that knife. We have an extra knife. And we definitely want to read that book. Farming. Good. Cool. Okay, let's, what time is it? 3? All right, let's head back, and we're going to grab a few more seeds along our way if we find anything else that is already in our inventory. So, like, for example, this is spelt. We don't have any in our inventory yet, so we'll leave that there. Map-wise, we're going to cut right across through there. So, here we go. Since I already got some cattails in my inventory, I'm going to go ahead and harvest these up as we walk across here as well. Never hurts to have extra cattails. Sleep through this night, and then we're going to get started planting crops tomorrow. Be right back. Not sure exactly how he got in here, but he did. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. Nighttime's here upon us. The bad guys are out there running around. I'm getting ready to go to bed. But what I wanted to do was to go ahead and get a watering can going. If I could. I think I've got enough grass. I mean, I know I got enough grass. I think I got enough sticks to do that. So go ahead and get a watering can going. Should be good. Grass, let's put you over there. Put you there. Cool. And then we need some wood, and I've just been putting most of my wood over here. it's right here. Get that lit up. There we go. All right, let's see if I can sleep this night away. Now, I do have, one of the mods I have on here is Drifter's Drop, I think is what it's called. So I don't think you have to go through and harvest these guys. We're going to go ahead and do it just to see. Yeah, see. So anything that they have that is as far as a drop goes will automatically just drop out of their inventory whenever they finish getting demised. Don't know what that is. Don't let me pick anything up. Oh, I think it's the water elemental looking thing from. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Okay, that'd be nice to know that's there then. So let's start talking about farming in Vintage Story. So you do need to either, one, water your crops yourself, or you're going to need to have the water bucket like I went and got. So if you look at this, you know, it's raining right now. So it's going to go ahead and cook. And you can see, you know, that at the current state, we're looking at 266 hours for that to be done. So it's going to take a while for each crop to go. So you want to make sure that you got your crops kind of started early. Now, the second part of this is you have to protect your crops from animals being able to get into them. And so it's very, very important, especially when you're talking about like with rabbits, that you have an area, you know, around it like what we've got right here. So that is what we are going to be doing now. Luckily for us, we do have the ability to kind of protect ourselves a little bit more inside here because the rabbits can't get inside here to get a hold of our food. Now they can spawn inside here, but there's ways that we can kind of take care of that. So first things I'm going to do first is I'm going to gather up a little more soil. And I'm going to grab up as many berries as I can because I am still pretty hungry. And then we'll cook that chicken here in just a little bit. Let me grab up some soil. I'll be right back. Oh, I got thinking, you know, I need some dirt and I need to finish digging out this trench. So I've done that. Now, of course, we do have some of this area was where it was just one high. So I had to go back and kind of backfill it. Put that in there. But I also went ahead and put another rabbit trap back here. So we're going to put up one more here. So we got one on that side. We've got one over here. I'm going to put we're going to put a couple more out and about. But I want to hang on to my seeds because I'm going to need them for my own little food here. So let's get started. I'm going to use this area right here is where we're going to start. And I need to clear all this grass out from this area. There we go. That'll give us a start. We don't have a whole lot of seeds, so we don't have to worry about having a great big garden just yet. I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to put down another layer of dirt right across here like that. And then just in case a rabbit gets in here, we're going to go ahead and just put a little spot like this. Okay? We don't have to go too deep, right? We don't need to do a trap here for them. We just want to make sure that they can't get up here on top of our little garden area. So we're just going to kick this back. And we're going to put us just a little spot right here for us to be able to get up here, right? So now we got an area. Ooh. Now we got a way of being able to get into and out of our little garden area. So We don't have water. We can't move water yet, and that's okay because we have a watering can that we're making right now. And so we'll be able to water our crops that way. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to till all this up. And while I'm doing this, we're going to talk about the canned crops mod and about some of the problems that I'm finding with it. It is currently still installed in the mod pack, and you will be probably having it removed from the mod pack just because in my testing world, I cannot get it to work. And I don't want to leave that out there for everybody to struggle with. So we're going to take it out. Woo! But what it does is it works like the old AgriCraft, where you can use crop sticks, and you can use those crop sticks then to grow the characteristics and the traits on your plants, allow them to kind of mutate. Well, right now I can't get them to mutate. I've tried it every way possible, and it's just not working. So, like I said, I'm going to take it out. We're not going to leave it in the mod pack. Let's talk about our seeds though. So within Vanilla Vintage Store, you do have some seed traits that you need to kind of pay attention to while you are trying to grow crops. One, if you look at the farmland, you'll see this is medium fertility soil. And it has nutrient levels, 50% nitrogen, 50% potassium, 50%, I'm sorry, 50% nitrogen, 50% phosphorus, and 50% potassium. That's your N, your P, and your K. The growth speed is then determined by how much nutrients you have in your soil. So you increase the nutrients in your soil, and the crops will grow faster. Crops will also grow faster based upon the amount of moisture. So if you get it to 100% moisture, then they get a growth rate acceleration on it. That's all vanilla. Okay, you don't have to worry about any kind of mod doing that. That's just part of the vanilla aspect. Each seed that you grow does require certain nutrients. So you can see in the tooltip on the top that for growing flax you need K, and it just so happens that we're 50% on our K in this area, so the crop can grow, and it'll continue to grow as long as it's got any K. But the less amount of K it has for flax, the slower the growth rate is. So right now you see we're at a 98% growth rate on K, what we're getting. If we look at the seeds themselves, you can see that it tells you it requires K, and it tells you how long it's going to take to grow, and it also tells you that it has a cold resistance and a heat resistance. So as long as the landscape, the terrain, doesn't get much warmer, see we're at 28.6 degrees in the afternoon, this will grow up to 46. So that tells me that this requires K, and I've got K in the soil, and I have the right temperature, so I can go ahead and I can grow this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put down that we've got flax growing, and now we also have rice growing in our farm. The rabbits. Well, rabbits will go after certain crops. One of the crops that they will not go after is the pumpkins. So pumpkins and onions don't have to be protected from the rabbits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plant a few pumpkins since I've got those seeds. Oh, where's my knife? Give me that grass. Shino, what are you doing? Get that grass back. And pumpkins do need a larger area, so I'm going to go ahead and knock that out, and I'm going to do that one, and I'm going to give it 1, 2, 3. I may not have enough space here. 1, 2. Yeah, we may not have enough space for a lot of pumpkins. Let's go ahead and see if we can get one more out here. You need to give it at least a 3x3 area for it to grow in. It can grow in a 2x2, no problem, but the more space you give it, the better it's going to do. So I'm going to do that. We'll plant a pumpkin. So we only have 2 pieces of poultry right now, and to make any meal, you're going to have 2 slots filled up. See, if I put it like that, it's not going to work. You got to fill the first 2 spots with either a vegetable or with a meat. So we're going to put the poultry in there like that. And then we need our torch. and we're going to light that up. When you have a valid recipe, you'll see the pot kind of jiggle, and I know it's raining really bad right now. There he goes. Now you can hear it. You can kind of hear the pot kind of bouncing around. That tells you got a valid recipe. You'll start to see the temperature raising up on it, and it tells you, hey, we're going to create 1 serving of poultry stew. So this is cooking. We're going to let this go, and I'm going to pull out as much of that firewood as I can. Just conserve it. It looks like it may not need any more firewood. The temperature will continue to cook after the firewood goes out. So there's a very good chance, as long as this temperature stays above 200 degrees, that this will go ahead and finish. And yeah, it's going to. Perfect. So you can either put your meal into a crock by shift clicking on your pot. And I'm going to put that down right there. And you're going to see it says 1 serving of poultry stew. Subsequently, you can take it right out of the pot using a bowl, but you do need a bowl for eating this stuff with. And 1 bowl will hold 1 serving. So when I click on this, that crock's going to go back to being empty. There you go. And now my food is in my inventory. You get a better saturation. You get better whenever you cook it. So if we were to go to the handbook and we typed in poultry, and we take a look at it, that raw poultry, see, it doesn't give you any kind of stats whatsoever. We cook it, we get a 1 for 1 on that, and you get 200 saturation off of it. So that would have given me a total of 400 with those 2 pieces. Well, because I made it into a stew, it's going to give me 750. And if you look down here at your saturation bar, it'll tell you where you're at. I'm at 809.1 of 1500. So when I go to consume this, it's going to restore pretty much everything I've got there. If I eat it right now, it will restore everything that I have. So we go num num num. There we go. You'll notice that it did not go all the way away, so I still have 0.1 servings of poultry stew because my saturation is now full. So now I'm going to be in pretty good shape for a while. And you can take a look here also. It'll show you your satiety here at 1500. And because I just ate something that has filled me up, has nourished me, it's going to take a little bit before that starts to go down. And the more variety that you eat as far as your different food groups, the more you eat, the higher your health points will go. So every time you increase on your vegetable, your grain, your protein, dairy, fruit, all of that, you get variety in your diet, you'll actually get higher health points. Whew. See if we can sleep this night away. Before we get going out the door today, let's make some cordage. We are going to make a fish basket. It is a fish basket right there. We're going to make a fish basket. This is from Primitive Survival Mod. We can place this in the water. We want to make sure that you have water all the way around it. And so you can't put it like right on the edge. You got to put it out in there a little bit. But put it out in the water and it gives us a chance to catch some fish. All right, we're going to put this fish trap over in this body of water right here. Should work for us. That one there too. We're going to end up making more of those. We're going to take some time to get a little bit of wild vine here. This is something else that we're going to be using for we can use it for making some traps. Now you've got wild vine tip and you've got wild vine. Right now, since I just want to kind of conserve my inventory space, I'm trying to keep it just to the wild vine right now. The wild vine. There we go. Partially eaten by another creature, and I was able to get a couple pieces of meat off of it. That'll help. So I am still out here kind of gathering up some sticks. I don't want to use the durability on my tools right now, so I'm just using whatever block I got in my inventory for breaking these. Whoa. A few more over there. Looky there. We got us a fish. Let's get our inventory emptied out here. All right, let's talk about how to get these rabbits caught. I like to put a little hole on the side like this, right? And wherever you've got like these rabbits in here, hopefully, if I get him to chase into that corner, oh, there he goes, right there. Perfect. That's kind of what you want, is to kind of get them to hole up in a corner like that. So we're going to mix up, you know, we can mix items within this. Grains will work, vegetables will work. If you're doing like I am here, cranberries, then you can't do more than what you've got on that. And you can't do, like, say, for example, if I want to do 2 here and 2 here, you can't do that, okay? So you can only, the amount of cranberries or servings of cranberries can't exceed, and this doesn't count as 4 servings, this counts as, it says up here, 2 servings. So your amount of cranberries can't exceed the amount that you've got there going into it. So now if we wanted to, what we could do is, because we have 5 pieces of meat, we could do that, and we could make 1 serving of hefty red meat stew. Or we could do that and put in a berry, and you know, you get the same kind of effect of getting 1 serving from that. At this point, at where we are at, I don't think it's very critical that we go really, you know, like full on with our meals. So what I'm going to do is, this won't last very long. This, if I cook it, will last a little bit longer in the crock. So that's what we're going to do, is we're just going to do that. The other thing to remember is, you don't just have to burn firewood in your fire pits, okay? So we can do the firewood, and it has a temperature of 700 degrees for 24 seconds. You can do any kind of plant material can be put in there as well. So even your all the ferns that you gather up, and your rot, things like that. So when you're cleaning out your inventory, if you're finding stuff that you really don't want to keep, consider using it as a fuel within your fire, which is what I am going to do to get rid of this rot. We're going to keep right on working through the night, and we're going to pop over and we're going to go through some of the primitive survival on the quick start guide. This is probably within the handbook. This is probably the best resource you're going to get for kind of learning a little bit more about the primitive survival mod, but it does walk you through really a good rudimentary start within Vintage Story itself, because a lot of the things you've heard me talk about, reeds, sticks, stones, grass, keeping that stuff handy and available, they recommend doing too. There's a section here on trapping. So we have already done the fishing. We've made fish baskets, which reminds me, I forgot to go get my fish. Gosh. But we also have an area here on trapping. Deadfalls and snares both work relatively well. The snares will allow you to catch larger animals than what you normally would. They come in quite handy, especially like if you want to catch some pigs. For the really big animals like the sheep, or now we have deer, things like that, you're going to probably want to do a pit with the wooden spikes to kind of set them up that way. We're going to go ahead. We're still working on small animals right now, so we're working on rabbits, raccoons, and foxes, things like that. So deadfalls and snares, those are good for us. So let's start off by looking at how to make the deadfalls. Now I picked up some stones on the way, so we're going to do an andesite deadfall, and that's just going to be that and that. Really simple. You can make actually a lot of these. We're going to make 4, 5, 6. Let's do 6 to get us started. And then let's look at the snares. Snares, we're going to need to make the stakes, and the stakes are sticks with a knife. And when we make this knife, we are going to do one more thing that we haven't talked about yet. When you're making your tools, put the stick in there and you do that, right? Okay, you can also do that with bone on some tools. Not all tools can do that. If we take a look at the flint knife, you see we have a durability of 130. And then doing the exact same thing, a flint knife, but on bone, gets you 150. So it does pick up a little extra durability. Cool. And And that's going to get us, so now we have 6 snares. And we also have 6 deadfalls. So in the morning, we'll put those out and then we'll check our other traps. All right, we're going to do these right out here. Is where I'm going to put this at. I'm just going to put this one in here. And I'm going to take a berry and I'm going to right click on it. And so now that trap is now set. And we're just going to do these traps right around this outside edge here. And the hope is that we get, you know, we use berries, which don't give us a whole lot off of them, to try to find or to catch an animal that will give us a lot more nutrition off of it. Oh, hello, Mr. Crab. Try to get this guy here. And yes, I see the fish. We're going to get them. Got him. There it goes. And some crab meat. Cool. Now we're starting to get a little bit of food, aren't we? Oh, Mr. Fish. What do we get? A nice little catfish. And a little Arctic char. How about that? We'll leave those right where they are. So sometimes... Oh. That crab got me. Wasn't happy I got his buddy, I guess. Cool. I saw another one out there. We're going to go ahead and leave them for now. Now, the one thing I can't remember is, can you put crab meat inside these? I think you can. I think you can bait them. Berries. Here we go. All right, back to what I was talking about. Where'd that fox go? We have that fox right there. Foxes, whoa, are creatures that are rather skittish. And so it is a situation. What the heck is that? Is that a crab also? Holy cow. So if we can get him to run away from us, we might be able to get him to go down into our... Yes, like that, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to get this one to run in there as well. And we'll let him run into our little pit here. Yeah. Cool. So now, just like we did with the rabbits, we can chase them around into a corner. That work? Yes. Cool. All right, quick run around. Let's check our traps. See if we've gotten anything else. No. Looks like we got something else over here. A chicken, see? And we're going to go ahead and reset this because I see another rooster right there. So we're going to reset that and see if we can get another one. Okay, I got all my traps out. They are all scattered out and about in this area right here. It is kind of hard to remember where I put them all. So, we'll find them. We will find them. But we've got, I know that one's there. And I did make another fish trap. So we got 3 fish traps out here in this area, or right out here. I got one there, and the other one is right there. So we got 3 fish traps here. I'm gonna go ahead and gather up a few more stones. Oh, there's a worm. Come here, wormy. Here we go. That'll give us quite a bit of food, actually. That should last us for a good long while. Then we've got jerky going. That'll be an additional help, and we've got the food stored up down there. We have a garden going with just a few crops planted so far. We've got a bunch of berry bushes, so I think it's safe to say now that we're probably at a pretty good spot that food's not going to be an issue going forward. And I realized that I was harvesting this stuff. You do have to have a knife to harvest this stuff. I was doing that wrong the whole time. You do need to have a knife when you harvest the rift blooms, and I've got it now. So all those rift blooms that we could have been getting, weren't getting. Yeah, but there we go. We got some shifting fibers. We've got some rusty dust, and that's good because next episode we're going to start getting into the Rustbound Magic mod. Just a little hint of magic is how we're going to get started. We're going to mess around with some of the early parts of the mod and trying to get ourselves to the point where we can start having mana and can start learning spells. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm going to continue to kind of maintain my traps best I can so that hopefully, get you baited again, hopefully we can get a lot more food together, at least hold us off until our farms are done and we can start getting some bigger and bigger animals. All right, folks, hey, thanks for spending time with me. This is Shino. Like I said, next episode, Rustbound Magic. We're going to get started. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.